All right. So last week we had Megan Bragg on to talk about, and she's here in studio. I usually kind of have a better setup to this, but here we go. She's here in studio, but we had her in studio multiple times last week because we were talking about COVID vaccines and from guidelines to prescriptions. Hey guys, don't forget flu is out there on top of that. So just another layer of, I guess, concerns.
I know.
Yeah.
Obviously, I feel like I'm on the health beat right now because we're doing so much on it, but it's because this is going around right now. People are feeling this start to fall. Kids back in school. Those germs are going everywhere.
Everywhere. Germs galore.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So we are getting a lot of questions about this. So we're kind of asking a bunch of things, but I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay, ask me a question.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a patient. Okay, this patient has a fever.
Okay.
They're coughing, sneezing. They have a sore throat and running nose and a very big headache. Do they have the flu or do they have COVID?
COVID.
How do you know? Why do you say that?
That was a guess.
That was a
I'm
guess,
not going to lie
right?
to you. I was a guess.
No. And I set you up for that, Nick, because it's hard to tell because flu and COVID are very similar in their symptoms, right? You are feeling yucky, you have those body aches, the whole thing. So this is why it's important to test, right? To see if you have one or the other, because there are medications that can help you with either one. You just need to know what you have.
That was a good one, man. You've been working on that one. You've been working on that one.
I was working on that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is why it's important to test if you want to see which one you have to get on the right medications and to, do the right procedure that fits for you for either of these. The good thing is that there are flu and COVID tests that are combined. And so you can get those. And they range from anywhere from $9 to like $40. I saw $126. That's like a super duper rapid test. So it just depends on what kind you want. But there are several questions within this, and we're going to get to them. But I just wanted to also show you this. I did send a graph to James so we can look at this because this might be going around a lot more. A lot of people are getting not as vaccinated they used to. At the very bottom, that is the 2024-2025 amount of people getting vaccinated for the flu. So you can see how it's declined so much over the past year, over the few years. I think it's 2020, it goes through 2020. So it's just consistently people have just not gotten as vaccinated for the flu. And so that's really important and why, exactly, those numbers. Definitely have gone down a lot. Now, this is from the CDC, so that's a graph from them. And some questions that people do have for us is, will it still test the same variant of the flu? Meaning, like, if you get this flu test, is it going to work for this flu this time around? And the answer to that is yes, because the test isn't necessarily looking for the variant. It's looking for the protein, and it's the fundamental markers of the flu. So that's what it's looking at. And basically, it's these proteins that make up basically the antigens. So you're able to know which flu you have, what if it's the flu or not. Now, it can't test flu, influenza A or B, but it can tell you have the flu. So same thing goes for COVID too.
I'm over here.
I know.
On CVS's website right now, so I can get my flu shot.
Your flu shot, yeah.
And I guess my excuse is it feels like it kind of creeped up. We had like such a hot summer, and it feels like summer just kind of stretched out. Yeah. And it's like you look up, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's September, like.
Right.
We're approaching mid-September right now.
Exactly. And you know what? Some people don't do well with the flu vaccine. Meaning
the symptoms.
The symptoms, and they don't want to do it, and totally understandable. But the flu is awful as well. So it's gonna one or the other. So that is what's going on as far as flu tests go. There's still a lot around there. I went on Amazon, I went on CVS, I went on Walgreens to see if they were available. They are available, and you can buy that flu and COVID test. It's just good to have them in your possession.
Especially if a kid, James. So
I mean,
oh man, don't get me started.
Right? It's a lot.
Back to
right?
school is a lot.
Back to school is a lot. I know a lot. Like I said, I know a lot of people who have that, who had it. And I had a COVID test a while that I was giving, and it was able to show the line right away. So I mean,
Wow.
it's these tests now. So they're not. If you do have questions about the test, there can be negative tests, like yada yada, all that stuff. But just letting people know that it does work for this flu season, these tests, and you can get a combined flu COVID testing, so you can see for both, because like you guessed, you didn't know what the patient had.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Because it's hard to tell, Nick.
It's
No, you
hard to
can't.
tell.
You can't know if you don't test, right?
I feel like I should have known that answer, but like
No,
you said,
you
it's-
can't.
I
I mean,
can't.
there's
I
no-
can't.
there's no-
I
yeah.
beat myself up for 2
I
seconds.
know. Don't beat yourself up.
And now I'm back to reality.
Okay. Yeah.
Meg, where can folks catch your story tonight?
5:15. I
Okay.
checked just for you, so you wouldn't have to check.
I always
yourself.
ask that question. I have to make sure.
And 5:15 we will be on, and that's about it.
Megan Bragg, thank you. Congrats again. Your Bills won. Your Bills won.
I mean, we can stay in here for an hour and talk about that
We
Buffalo
cannot
Bills
stay
game.
here for an hour and
but,
talk about the Bills game, but I just said congrats.
I know. Well, thank
Thank-
you. I'm very happy. I was a very happy girl this morning.
A win for the Bills is a win for the Panthers.